they're already gone.
In Harlem, they said seeing a black cat meant bad luck. But these cats didn't bring bad luck. They were it. Every time a streetlight went out, every time a rival disappeared, you could bet the cats were close.
Got 9 lives and a heart full of fire. Move in the dark, no name, no face. A whisper, a laugh, then gone without.
You didn't hear them coming. You just felt it. A whisper of air in the alley, a hiss in the dark, and a shadow that moved faster than your eyes could catch. They weren't the biggest, or the loudest, or even the most feared, but they were the ones who always got away. Before the conclave, before Cyrus brought the city together, Harlem had its own ghost story, a story about a gang that lived between the streetlights and struck from the shadows. They called themselves the Alley Cats. The story begins in 1968 Harlem, a neighborhood caught between revolution and ruin. After the riots, buildings burned, businesses closed, and the city turned its back. That's where Reggie, 9 lives Carter, just 17, was reborn. Not from luck, but from fire. He survived a building collapse that killed 3 of his friends. When the smoke cleared, Reggie stood in the ashes and swore, "I ain't dying in no alley unless it's mine." From that day, he started pulling together the forgotten ones. Kids who lived in the shadows, runaways, latchkey teens, the ones sleeping behind trash cans, under fire escapes, or wherever the night would let them. They learned how to move quiet, climb faster, hide better. The streets called them strays. Reggie called them brothers. The name Alley Cats came one night during a curfew sweep. Leon Scratch Rivas slipped through the police net. One officer muttered, "Damn cats, can't catch one if you tried." And just like that, a legend was born. Their early colors were simple: burnt orange shirts that blended with Harlem's brick glow, faded denim, and black caps pulled low. Their first logo, a black cat mid-leap, looked like it was jumping straight out of the dark. By 71, a new version appeared. Same cat, but scarred with 3 claw marks that formed the number 13. They wore it like armor, a badge of survival. Reggie just smiled and said, "We make our own luck." By 1973, Harlem had changed. The music was sweeter, but the money, dirtier. The Alley Cats moved north, staking claim to the back streets between 125th and 140th. Morningside Heights, that thin strip where the rich met the forgotten. They didn't fight for corners. They fought for space, rooftops, fire escapes, the alleys no one else even looked at. They learned to move like shadows, crossing the city without ever touching the ground. Roof to roof, bridge to bridge. The skyline became their jungle. They were the eyes and ears of Harlem, selling secrets to whoever could afford them. The Saracens, the boppers, sometimes even the cops. Tasha Whisper Cole, a quiet runner with an unshakable sense of direction, became the first woman in a Harlem gang to earn a captain's patch. Her word carried weight. Speed don't mean nothing if you make noise. The Alley Cats built their own language. Chalk marks for meeting spots, cat paw graffiti for safe houses, and whistles echoing through alleys like hissing steam, each one coded for pursuit or retreat. They didn't rule through fear. They ruled through absence, because you can't hit what you can't see. The year was 1977, and the blackout turned New York into a war zone. Looting, fires, panic. But in the shadows, the Alley Cats became ghosts in the storm. They struck electrical depots, looted generators, moving with surgical precision. But they didn't just steal, they helped. Whisper led runners through darkened streets, lighting candles for stranded tenants. And before long, people started saying, when the lights go out, the cats come out. Word spread fast. The Riffs took notice, impressed by their discipline. They offered the cats something rare, neutrality, the right to move through any turf without war. In return, the alley cats delivered messages, recon reports, warnings. They became eyes in the dark. But that alliance made them targets. The hi-hats, Soho's painted mimes, caught them raiding one of their safe houses. What followed was legend. A rooftop chase from Soho to Harlem. Scratch leapt across skylines, dodging spotlights, sirens screaming below. Then he vanished. All that was left was a message spray-painted in silver. Cats always land. Summer of 1979, Van Cortlandt Park. Cyrus's dream of unity burns bright. Every gang in the city shows up, even the quiet ones. From Harlem's back streets come the alley cats. 9 delegates, led by Whisper and Scratch. They keep to the shadows. No patches, no noise. Just orange shirts hidden beneath dark jackets. When Cyrus shouts, "Can you dig it?" the crowd roars. But the cats, they don't cheer, they listen. And for the first time, even they believe. Then, the shot. Chaos. Whisper catches a glimpse. Someone with a gun, but can't see who. Scratch grabs her arm. "Move!" he yells, and they vanish. Into the trees, ghosts in the night. While sirens scream and the city turns on the warriors, the cats stay silent. They've seen too many setups before. By dawn, they're back in Harlem. Their colors burned, their patches buried, and the word spreads through the alleys. The alleys are closed. By the early 80s, the alley cats were ghosts. Some say they became couriers, silent messengers, slipping through the city's veins, running stolen goods and whispered secrets for the highest bidder. Others swear Reggie 9 lives went underground after the conclave, prowling Harlem's rooftops until his knees finally gave out. The truth, nobody really knows. But sometime on a humid summer night, when the power flickers and the alleys fall still, people swear they hear it, a hiss, a laugh, and the scrape of claws against brick. The legend lives on. They say the alley cats were ghosts. Maybe they were, but every shadow has a source. Every legend starts with truth. And somewhere in Harlem, under a cracked street light and a quiet moon, the truth still walks, fast, silent, gone. If you dig stories like this, ones that crawl out from the alleys and whisper what really happened, then hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment. Tell me which crew you want next. The city's got more ghosts to uncover, and you never know who's watching from the dark.